Et salut à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien, c'est Nico. On se retrouve sur Dragon Quest 11 pour continuer la suite de notre aventure. Donc comme vous l'avez pu le remarquer, je me suis crafté une nouvelle armure. Ça s'appelle l'armure drasienne. Je vous montre ses statistiques si vous voulez. Voilà, c'est une belle armure. Franchement, je me suis dit c'est super classe, je vais la crafter. Et puis voilà, dans l'épisode là, on va continuer la suite de l'aventure. Donc comme l'épisode précédent, cette vidéo ne sera pas commentée. Et puis on se retrouve à la fin de la vidéo comme d'habitude. Allez, bonne vidéo à vous.
Someone! Anyone! Your Majesty? Wait.
You did it, Hendrik. You saved us all.
Out of my way! Let me through! Let me look at you in the daylight at last. Oh, yes! My handsome little soldier. My hero. Just look at you. Oh.
You set aside your differences with Hendrik, with me, and fought to bring back the light. The world is still in a desperate state. But now we have something. We have hope. We have the luminary. May you banish the darkness once and for all. Hendrik, my ever-faithful knight. Today's victory is as much yours as anyone's. Your strength, too, will be needed in the struggle to free the world from evil. The people of the last bastion will learn to make do without you, as I hope will I. So please, do not hesitate.
Honored luminary. I serve you now. Though it cost me my life, I will stand beside you until the darkness is no more.
Dawn breaks in Heliodor. The first victory in the fight against the darkness is ours! I trust that you slept well? Or did the people perhaps not permit you the luxury of rest, eh? Or even better. There is no surer sign of a kingdom at peace than a high-spirited populace. Now, to more serious matters. Hendrik, there is something I wish you to have.
The shield of Heliodor. But sire.
You are like a son to me. And it is a father's duty to prepare his offspring for the dangers that await them. You wear it well. Huh. The shield has always been the mark of our mightiest knights. There can be none mightier than the Luminary's own guardian. You have no complaints,
No, my liege.
I understand that you had hoped for the World Tree to guide you on your quest. Alas, it is no more. But all hope is not lost. Your father once told me that Yggdrasil was not the only sacred place in Adria. He spoke of another, a holy mountain in the south known as Pang Lai. The fate of those who dwell there is deeply intertwined with that of the Luminary. It may be mere hearsay, a conversation half remembered, but if it is true, you may yet find help in your quest to defeat the Lord of Shadows. Venture west through the Mangle Grove, and you will find a valley that leads to the Coast of Alor. Pass through the checkpoint beyond it, and you... It is not a road I have traveled myself.
is well that ends well. victory is ours. All is well that ends well. Temple on top of a mountain. What connection could a place like suddenly benefits from divine?
I know that face. That man is a knight of Heliodor. Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us? Think again. The disciples of Angrila are made of sternest.
What in the... These movements must be intended to confound us. Be on your guard. They may attack from any angle.
Enough! All of you! Is this how we treat visitors? As your High Lama, I order you to...
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor. We cannot be sure of their intentions.
Soldiers of Heliodor, you say? The tall one, perhaps. I sense a great power within you. Tell me, young man, are you the luminary?
Incredible. He divined your true identity with a single glance.
How long we have waited for this day. Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Welcome to Angri-La, honored luminary. It would please me if you would...
Strange child. But, well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high hall of theirs. See what he has to say.
I welcome you once again to Angri-La, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most sacred temple.
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world in the castle of Dundrasil.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize this? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple from The spell succeeded, but its power was too great.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble. Come, let us see.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise Ones, who made their homes here even then. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple, and trained him in the secrets of spiritual realization. But he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone who would change his fate forever.
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, they became firm friends. When their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant's magic, he might never have prevailed. Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It has been a treasure of ours ever since.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now allow me to show you to the field of discipline. Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood upon these flagstones. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line leading all the way back to the Age of Heroes. Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation, directly to their fundament. It became known as the Naughty Stick. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the Grand Master, and the fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. I sense it. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We would be greatly honored if you would join us. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but
Awake at last, hmm? If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight again.
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong.
I see.
Your Holiness.
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced. then just as suddenly departed for the top of the mountain.
Alone? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. It is a perilous... This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see, things did not go quite as planned.
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake...
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you to bear... We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin our ascent.
It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit we came in search of?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. I am glad at least that he was prepared to meet his fate. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it from somewhere.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. And in mint condition. Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. This, at least, is some small solace. But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life, perhaps?
No, he is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes the point of no return. But there may yet be a way to save him. If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
But how? Is this even possible?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place is entered, there is no guarantee of return. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back to us? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are ready, and we will begin. It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go, but from which few ever return. It is time to perform the rite.
What is this foolish dance? What manner of ritual is this?
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Destiny is cruel indeed. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but do you know what fate awaits you here? He is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant. I must return to the world above and tell everyone I met such a marvel. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. There is no need for pretense here. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. As you see, this world is a blank slate. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree. But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead. A spiritual cul-de-sac. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. Before long, your soul will dissipate and be... As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until this is your destiny. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? If you do, you are a fool. And yet, you would not be alone. Some people just don't... Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? He came here with hope in his heart. The hope that one day he will defeat the Lord of Shadows. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Angrila. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret. He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes. Get out, mate! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Oh!
Well, would you look at that?
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes. Very impressive.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that praise? Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100 nips of the hard stuff.
Ugh. Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you...
Oh, my. Oh, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here, then?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... And you... Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster.
Finished. Honored luminary, if you would like to follow... Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of anger. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Commente. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with IE.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Commente's spell and you with Erdwin's attack.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense. Well, do you think you have what it... I knew you would make the... The first step is to focus your mental energy. As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle.
Battle? You mean...
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all our secrets now. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage. All in the name of speeding up your training, of course.
Oh. 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 Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of...
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself. The more you use it, the stronger it will become.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do. This for size. I almost feel bad about this.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But you have proved me wrong. And for once, that is no bad thing. The power of the technique comes from your hone, that greatest of weapons, and none. Now, I think it's time we peeled.
You beat me. even with the last secret of Angry-La in my side. Oh, I can't believe how much you've grown, laddie.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no.
Oh!
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait.
Mordegan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world. You have only delayed the inevitable.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. So inconsiderate. Fine. It seems we must do it the hard.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La wasn't the last one?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster, i.e. Well, don't just stand there. So that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique. Now, Luminary! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angry-La. The technique to end all technique. Solar flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple right away.
Ah. You are finally awake. Good. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama. We should join them.
Oh, hello there, laddie. What are you staring at me like that?
It is your physique, Lord Robert.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the grand...
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grandmaster Pang. And I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestor Erdwin. You have my congratulations.
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Henrik.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make amends for all the wrongs I have done.
Ah, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordegon's game.
Thank you. Truly.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something Grandmaster panged. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One. Some sort of sacred flying contraption.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it. But it sounds like just what we need to get up to that castle and knock Mordegon off his perch. As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? If I'm still alive and kicking, you can bet the rest of them are out there. So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to be sacred, there's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mord...
Honored Luminary, we disciples of Angri-La will do all that we can to aid you in your preparations to take on the Lord. We have even devised a special training regime for you.
Aye.
Bon bah voilà, c'est ici qu'on a terminé cette vidéo, j'espère que celle-ci vous aura plu. Désolé encore de ne pas pouvoir les commenter en ce moment, mais ça va revenir très très vite. Donc je vous souhaite une très bonne journée, très bonne soirée à l'heure que vous regarderez cette vidéo, puis je vous dis à bientôt. Allez, ciao ciao, c'était Nico.